Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is an update on my low-buy year, how that has been going since I did my last video on it. So that was at the end of January and now we're obviously in mid-March. So I'm going to talk to you about how February went, what I bought with my budget, maybe admit that I have broken some of my rules already, and then I'm going to talk to you about what's been happening in March. So before we get into the low buy update, I did want to thank Vivaia for sponsoring the first portion of this video. So today I wanted to introduce you to the Vivaia Aria number 5. This is their new and improved update to their most iconic shoe. So the Aria is a flat, it's a pointed toe flat, and I have this gorgeous pair here in this natural peach colour. It's a neutral beigey cream colour that is going to be perfect, in my opinion, for spring and summer. So one of the main updates they've done to these is they've adjusted the angle of the point by 5 degrees while allowing for plenty of room for your toes, all 5 of your toes, to fit nice and comfortably in the top portion of the shoe. It makes them incredibly comfortable to wear. Your foot doesn't feel squeezed or suffocated at all. They don't rub or give blisters. They don't need any breaking in, but they also at the same time look really pointed and elegant. They're really leg lengthening on the foot. They make your foot look lovely and kind of slim and elegant and chic, I think, while also, yeah, being super comfortable to wear day to day. One of the other things I love about the Aria is the memory foam sole. They are super padded. It's like a memory foam mattress for your foot. So squishy and comfortable. They don't need any breaking in, like I said. They're comfortable to wear all day long. If you stand for long periods or if you walk for long periods, these are going to be perfect. And they don't slip off your foot either. I find a lot of flats can sometimes slip off at the heel, at the back. These don't do that. My favorite thing about these flats is that they are machine washable. So you can wear these wherever you want. I plan to wear these out and about day to day, but also places like the beach. The fact that you can slip these on and off on the sand, in the sea. If they do get dirty, especially this light pair, you can bring them home and you can just pop them straight in the washing machine. They do come in a few different colours. So I have the lovely neutral bright creamy colour. They also come in black and they come in a denim blue, and they also come in a forest green as well. Size wise, they fit really true to size. I got these in a 38.5, that's a European size. That equates to a UK 5.5. That I would say is my true size. I hover between a 5 and a 6. I usually end up going for a 5 because not many brands make half sizes, but I would say my true size is a 5.5, and I find that these fit me absolutely perfectly. So I would say if you're going to get these, stick to your usual size and you'll be absolutely fine, including if you are half size. I'm really excited to style these up for spring. I'm going to be doing a spring outfits video as well, where I'm going to be including these and showing you how I would style them. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to be wearing these a lot with jeans in the upcoming sort of weeks and months, and then in the summer with shorts and dresses and skirts as well. They're really elegant on the foot, as you can see from the cutaways. They just really lengthen my foot and they make them look very streamlined, and yeah, they're quite a sophisticated shoe. So despite being incredibly comfortable, they're going to be perfect for work if you kind of work in a more formal environment, or if you just want to look a little bit more dressed up. I will leave all of the information for Vivaia and the Aria number 5 down below. I would highly recommend checking these out. I think they're really good value for what you get, and I know they're going to be in my wardrobe for a long time to come. I also do have a discount code if you're interested in purchasing a pair. I will leave it on screen here, and that will get you 18% off your first pair. Thank you so much again to Vivaia for sponsoring this video, and now it is time for the low buy update. Okay, so February. So let's wind back to the very beginning of February. I think it was the first weekend, around like the 3rd or the 4th. And I went down to London to see some friends for the weekend, and I ended up doing a little bit of in-person shopping, which I hardly ever do these days. I pretty much buy everything usually online, and I do prefer to shop that way because I find I make much more considered choices rather than impulse purchases. But we were in London. I hadn't been in London since before COVID, so it'd been a good couple of years, so I did want to make the most of being around shops that I don't usually get to go into. So I did go into places like Cézanne. I went to Notting Hill and we went into the Cézanne shop. I didn't end up buying anything in there because they have a really small selection of things. If you've been there, you'll know it is a pretty small shop, and a lot of the stuff they had was not from the latest releases. It was stuff that was a little bit older, and I just didn't find anything that really spoke to me. So I did enjoy going though. It was fun to actually be in a Cézanne shop for the first time. I also went into some other shops that I've never been into before. I went to Reformation, which was fun. I went to Free People. I don't think I've ever been into a dedicated Free People shop before. And then of course I went to like the usual places. We went to Arquette and COS and had a browse. We went to Massimo Dutti, which is only available in London. And of course I went to And Other Stories. So the main thing I bought with my budget in February that weekend in And Other Stories was this jumper. I'll show you a clip of it because it's actually in the wash at the moment, and I'm not going to pull it out of the washing basket, but I will show you a clip from one of my previous videos. I tried it on in my trying everything on in my wardrobe video from about a month back, and yeah, it's the first item I showed in that video. So this is what it looks like. It's an oversized roll neck, really proper winter jumper, which feels kind of like we're getting towards the end of the season where I can actually wear it now. But I can assure you for the past month, or just over a month since I've had it, I've been wearing it a lot. Yeah, so it's quite an oversized fit. I think I got, did I get a small or a medium in this? I think I got the medium in the end, so it definitely is quite oversized for me, but that's what I wanted. And it's a wool cashmere blend. Now I haven't got it with me, so I'm trying to remember what the percentage is. I think it's 80% wool, 20% cashmere. But I could be wrong on that. I will leave it on screen and I will leave a link down below if it's on the website. It's a nice jumper. It was very expensive for And Other Stories. It was £135, which considering it isn't 100% cashmere, is quite a surprise to me. It's quite steep. Usually I would say their wool jumpers are like in the £80 to £100 mark. So this one was definitely more expensive. I think it was part of their premium collection or some kind of luxury collection within there. But I tried it on. I really liked it. I kind of had that feeling of wanting to buy something because it was a special weekend, because I was in London, because my budget had just refreshed. It was the beginning of February. I was in that mood to buy something. So I would definitely say it was more of an impulse purchase for me. And it ended up being a really good one because, as I've said, I've worn it absolutely loads, but it could have turned out differently. I could have bought it and regretted it. I did almost return it the day after I bought it because I thought, do I really want to spend this much money on one jumper from And Other Stories as well, which isn't a super sustainable brand. They're owned by the H&M group. They're not a brand I want to support loads. So I almost returned it, but I didn't in the end because I wanted to wear it on that weekend. I wanted to put it on the next day. So I ended up wearing it and I have really been enjoying it since. So I would definitely say it was a good purchase, but it was still an impulse purchase for sure, which is something I'm trying to avoid by doing this low buy year. But I know it's not going to be a smooth process. I know I'm not going to suddenly, especially as we're only in February and March, I'm not going to suddenly be perfect. And so that was definitely kind of a little bit of a weird situation. I don't go to London very often. I don't shop in person very often. So it's not too often that something like that is going to happen. Now, where I kind of went downhill, that was fine because obviously it was within my budget. It was under £200 and it was just one item. I hadn't spent anything in February up until then, albeit it was only about the 3rd or the 4th, but still I wasn't breaking any rules by buying that. But I did end up adding a couple of accessories to my purchase as well while I was in the And Other Stories store, and these were also a little bit impulsive. Now, accessories aren't included in my low buy just because I really don't buy them very often, if at all, and so I don't know, I didn't feel the need to include them in my low buy. Having said that, I wasn't expecting to buy like multiple accessories every month, so I'm hoping this is more of a one-off thing rather than a repeated thing. I wouldn't want to be buying multiple things every month. So the first thing I got is this belt. So these were also from And Other Stories. So it's just this brown croc belt. Now the reason I bought this with a gold clasp, I really like this belt. The reason I bought this was because I have a dress, which is also coincidentally from And Other Stories, that I've had for a few months now and I haven't been wearing because I haven't had the right belt to wear it with. It's a shift dress and it's quite oversized and it does really need to be cinched in at the waist, but I didn't have any belts that was small enough to cinch it in at the waist and also went with the style of the dress. I have a couple of belts that are very summery, but this is more of a wintry dress. So I wanted a belt that really fit on my waist. So this I think is an extra small. So I think it's a hip belt, or it can be either, but I bought it in an extra small so it fits around my waist. And yeah, it's the right colour. I wanted kind of like quite a warm toned brown, and I really like this croc effect. This was like a standard And Other Stories price. I can't remember, I will link it down below. I think between like, I think it was £35. I think their belts are normally £35. So not a huge amount. And as I said, not technically breaking my rules because accessories aren't included. But the whole point of the low buy is to buy as little as possible and ideally only one item a month. So I have worn it with the dress and I really like it. So again, quite a good purchase. I will get the wear out of it, and I can wear it with jeans as well. It does just about fit lower down, kind of, because my jeans are high-waisted, they kind of fit on my waist anyway, so this can still belt them. So I'm sure I'll get the wear out of it, and it's something that is, you know, it's not going to go out of style. But yeah, a little bit of an impulse. I saw it and thought, ooh, that is exactly what I've been looking for. So another purchase. And then the final thing I bought when I was in Other Stories, I told you I went a bit mad, is a pair of sunglasses. So my sunglasses had broken. I think I brought them with me that weekend, quite optimistically, in February, but I did. And they just weren't staying on my face anymore. I think part of the bridge on the nose bit had broken, and so they were continually just sliding off my face. And they're the only sunglasses I owned. I've owned them for about, I bought those in 2018 from Oliver Boner, so I remember specifically. So I didn't feel too bad about getting another pair because they're something I do wear a lot, especially in the summer, but also driving and things like that. So I found these while I was about to check out in And Other Stories, and I really, really liked everything about them, basically. I love the shape. I feel like this shape is the kind of shape that suits me the best. I have quite a round face, so I like to have something that's quite angular. So a cat eye like this is quite nice, but it's not something too dramatic. And I like the tortoiseshell as well. I love a tortoiseshell. That's what my previous sunglasses were. And I just think it goes with lots of different things. It can work in summer and in winter. And I like that it's got brown and black in it. So they're the perfect sunglasses for me. They weren't very expensive, they're about £25, something like that. And again, something that was an impulse, but I also needed because I didn't have any sunglasses at that point. So, and again, not technically breaking my rules because it's an accessory, but I do feel like being in London, being in the And Other Stories shop in one of the amazing London stores as well, I did get a little bit carried away, which is something, again, I'm trying to stop doing. So definitely not a perfect month, and especially because this happened all the first week of February, so I was left with no budget for the rest of February. So if that was the end of the story, I don't think I'd feel too bad, because again, not technically breaking any of my rules and not spending over the 200 either, but I did kind of bring in one more thing in February as well, and that was this jumper that I'm wearing. A lot of you will probably recognise this. This is the new Leontine jumper from Suzanne in the navy ecru colourway that they brought out recently, and I fell in love with this instantly as soon as I saw it, and I didn't think I'd be buying another Leontine until I saw this colourway, and I just thought that is the one I've been waiting for. I absolutely love it. I've already worn it loads. I've had it a few weeks now, and it is just perfection. I know I will wear this so much throughout the summer as well, the spring, summer, but also in winter. I didn't technically spend any money on this, so I did have a voucher with Suzanne to spend. So I used the voucher to buy this. So again, we're treading really precariously on rules right now and kind of treading the line between did I or didn't I break my low buy? Because the whole point is bringing in just one main piece of clothing each month, and obviously I ended up bringing in two with the And Other Stories jumper and then this one, but I didn't spend more money on it. So I don't know, the jury's still out. I don't feel overly happy, as you can probably tell, with how February went. I think overall it was just a little bit much. I think I was in quite a spendy mood for most of the month. But interestingly, as a result of that, I haven't been in a spendy mood for the whole of March so far, and we're halfway through March now. So I have kind of been on an unofficial no buy for March because I got a bit carried away with purchases in February. I've kind of subconsciously decided not to buy anything else in March. There's nothing I really need, And we're also in that in-between season where I don't want to look at any more really thick wintry jumpers, which I was getting really tempted by only about a month ago. You know, it's getting a bit warm for that now, but equally it's not warm enough to be buying summer dresses and sandals and things like that. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be buying anything in March. Well, I've already decided I'm not going to be. So I'm going to be doing a no-buy month for March. So far it's going really well. I haven't been feeling like I've wanted to spend. I think with everything going on in the world and also some things going on in my personal life, it's just not been a priority for me at all. And I've been enjoying doing other things. I have been buying books. I've been really into physical books recently rather than reading on my Kindle. So I've bought a few books. I've been into doing more exercise and just doing other things. I haven't been kind of even window shopping online at all, which I normally do enjoy doing. So I'm totally oblivious to what's out there at the moment, but I quite like that for myself right now. And I think definitely for this month at least, it will be a very calm, no shopping month, which is good. And I think that balances out the more excessive February. Haven't quite decided what I'm going to do when it comes to April. Again, I'm hoping I can keep it a relatively low-key month, I think, because we'll still be in that transitional phase where it'll still be a little bit too cool to be thinking about fully summer clothes. I feel like I have plenty of clothes that will see me through spring. So I may even extend the no-buy, but I'm not making any promises about that quite yet. We'll see how I feel when it comes to April. May time, I think I will want to look at a couple of summer dresses and sandals because that is lacking in my wardrobe. I also have a wedding to go to that I might want to get a dress for or rent a dress for. So those are things for May. But yeah, for the next couple of months, I'm going to just keep it low key and not spend any money, I think. So that's my thought process so far. I don't really know what videos I want to film at the moment. I'm kind of feeling a little bit uninspired by YouTube. Not that I don't want to create videos, but I just don't quite know what to create. I definitely want to make a spring outfits video when it gets a touch warmer. It's still pretty cold here, so I haven't been putting together too many spring outfits, but I'd say in the next week or two it will start to warm up, hopefully, and I will get a spring outfits video out there for you. But if there are any other videos you want to see, then let me know down in the comments below, because yeah, I don't have a huge amount of ideas at the moment. A big thank you again to Vivaia for sponsoring the first portion of this video. Make sure to check them out down below. I will link the Aria number 5s down below and some sizing information as well. And there is a discount code where you can get 18% off your first order. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel if you aren't subscribed already, and I will see you again very shortly in my next video.